All right, today we're going to dig into the vision of Mustafa Suleyman. This guy is a key architect of our AI future. I mean, he co-founded DeepMind, and now he's the CEO of Microsoft AI. So his ideas aren't just, predictions. They're more like the blueprints for the technology that is going to reshape our entire world. So let's dive right into his core thesis.
And this right here, this is the heart of his vision. Seriously, forget everything you know about clicking, tapping, and typing. Suleyman is basically saying that our whole way of interacting with computers is about to be thrown out the window and replaced by something completely different: conversational, proactive AI agents.
So what on earth does he mean by a world of agents? Well, it's not just some new app or a slightly better search engine. No, this is a massive paradigm shift where the user interface as we know it just fades away.
And it is so crucial to understand this distinction. An agent isn't just a chatbot that answers your questions. It's an AI that does things for you. Just imagine starting your workday not by opening a dozen tabs, but by just saying to your agent, plan the launch campaign for Project Phoenix. And then it actually does it. It would draft the emails, schedule the meetings, create the marketing materials. This is a fundamental shift from telling the computer what to do to telling the AI what you want to accomplish.
Okay, so with this new kind of AI, our old ways of measuring intelligence, like the original Turing Test, they're becoming kind of obsolete. That old test was all about tricking a human. Suleyman came up with a new benchmark, one that's actually grounded in real-world capability.
And that is the central question, isn't it? Instead of asking, can it think like a human, this modern test asks, can it act like an entrepreneur? Can it actually generate tangible economic results all by itself?
Here's how it works. Step 1. You give an AI agent a seed investment of $100,000. And this isn't a simulation. We're talking about real cash. And here's the objective. The AI has to, completely on its own, take that initial investment and turn it into $1 million. That's a 10x return. It would have to research products, find suppliers, market itself, sell to customers, you name it, all of it, autonomously.
So the crucial point here is this. Success isn't about having a witty conversation. It's all about capability. It's a direct measure of an AI's ability to plan, to strategize, and to execute a super complex task in the real, messy, competitive world.
Now, this focus on real-world capability brings us to his next big idea. We hear all the time about the race to AGI, but Suleyman argues this whole metaphor is deeply flawed. It's misleading us about what's actually going on.
His own words really cut right to the heart of it. A race implies there's one winner and a bunch of losers, right? And that there's a clear finish line where everything just stops. But that is not how technology actually develops or spreads.
And this really lays bare the core flaw in the whole race idea. Powerful technology doesn't just stay locked up in one lab. It gets out, it proliferates, it spreads everywhere, all at once. There isn't some single AGI trophy to be won. Instead, these capabilities are going to become a foundational layer that everyone builds on top of.
Okay, so this brings us to what Suleyman calls the defining challenge of our time. As these incredibly powerful tools spread, the question of control becomes, well, everything. And the stakes here create a frankly terrifying dilemma. On one side, if we fail to contain this tech, we risk total catastrophe. We're talking everything from engineered pandemics to democratic collapse. But on the other side, the very control you'd need to prevent that could easily lead us straight into a totalitarian dystopia. So the goal isn't total control or total freedom. The challenge for all of us, for governments, companies, for you and me, is to find and walk this incredibly narrow, difficult path between utter chaos and absolute tyranny. So given these insane stakes, Suleyman takes a pretty provocative and unapologetically human-centric stance on the ultimate role of AI. He does not mince words. His moral starting point isn't some abstract technological future. It's the well-being of the human beings who are alive right now. Our number one responsibility, he argues, is to our own species.
This humanist stance leads us directly to one of the most critical questions we are going to face in the next decade. As these AIs get more and more capable, should we treat them as legal persons? Should they have their own rights?
And his answer is an emphatic no. He argues that giving legal rights to a new species that can be copied infinitely at almost zero cost with a perfect memory, well, that would create an existential competition for resources that humanity would inevitably lose. It's a bright red line in the sand.
And so we're left with this. Suleyman's vision, it isn't just about technology, it's about responsibility. It forces us all to ask, as we build these almost godlike tools, how do we make sure they reflect the best of our values, that they serve humanity's future rather than replacing it? That, right there, is the engineering challenge that truly matters.